I don't know if you can tell when I talk, but I feel like I have a little bit of passive aggressive energy in me. And I've been thinking about this. Maybe it's how I was brought up. And a lot of people raised in Asian cultures or Asian households might know this feeling. And just the general culture in Korea too, it has a way of making a person a bit repressed and suppressed. And this is what you learn from very early on, from your parents and society, right? You have to keep it down. Be respectful. Don't talk back. Don't embarrass your family or group. Do what makes sense. Obey first. Feel later. And when you do this long enough, you know what happens? You become a robot. A functional, perfectly obedient robot on autopilot. So now, whenever I see blind obedience, people living on autopilot, people following the social script without question, something in me reacts to it. Something, sometimes a bit too much, but it's kind of like a counterbalance per se, just to tilt the scale to its proper state. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I did that too. Living on autopilot. And for many years too. Long enough that I'm embarrassed by it, long enough that I regret wasting years just wandering blind. Because all I was doing my whole life was pleasing other people and seeking their approval. And because I focused too much on making others comfortable, I neglected myself, of course, because I didn't have the time and energy to take care of myself. And this led me down a rabbit hole of self-hate, self-pity, just constantly flagellating myself for not being a better person. And if you have experienced something similar, you know how this can become dangerously cozy, right? It becomes very convenient to stay in that hole because you start romanticizing your suffering. You start falling in love with your pain because it somehow became a part of your existence and identity. And I think I was a little bit lucky enough to grow out of this phase a little bit. And when this happens, you become a bit calmer. You become calloused. You become stoic. But you also become cynical, bitter, and honest. And I think that is where I am right now. I'm not perfectly where I want to be. And right now I'm trying to water down my bitterness and cynicism while maintaining honesty. Because I don't want to lie. And I'm always in search of truth. So that's why I make these videos. When I talk about modern life, conformity, emptiness, loneliness, success, I don't think I'm trying to talk down to people. Maybe I'm just trying to argue with the old version of me that used to believe in those things. Or maybe I'm just waiting to be convinced by one of you guys who can test my beliefs and make me grow as a person, And eventually, I think everyone wants a fresh start at some point. Not the fake kind, not a new haircut, not another motivational quote, not new year, new me type of thing. I mean the kind where you admit that something old has ended and you started something new. So that's where I am. I'm 36 and I'm starting over. No grand plan, no blueprint, just more honesty, better instincts, hopefully less fear. And you know what? For the first time in a long time, it feels like I'm doing something right. So, if you're still watching this, let's grow together, man. If the life that was given to us didn't give us a meaning or a mission, let's make one.